Good morning and welcome to this Thursday, the 29th of February, in the second week of Lent. We are all too familiar with the gospel for today, the rich man and Lazarus, for we have heard it so many times in our lives. But the question I ask of you is, what have you done about this situation? Has it impacted you in a powerful way that has made some significant changes in your life with respect to this life and the afterlife? Or has it become just another story that has been shared by countless prophets and preachers? In an attempt to sensitize ourselves to a deeper reflection of this familiar story, I would like to draw your attention to the similarities between the rich man and Lazarus. Yes, you heard me right. I said similarities and not differences. The rich man here is described as wearing purple clothes and dines sumptuously each day, probably indicating that he was a super rich guy, some kind of royalty. But notice one thing, he had no name. And then, of course, we have Lazarus, who lived off the scraps that fell off the rich man's table, which meant he must have been extremely poor. Let's look at these similarities. Both of these categories are vulnerable to social isolation because both of them experience genuine social disconnection. If you do not believe this statement, you ask the celebrities of this world. The rich almost live in another world, and so also the poor. Another similarity is health disparities. Despite having access to advanced healthcare, the extremely rich may experience health issues such as high stress lifestyles, heart disease, mental health, etc. On the other hand, the extreme poor may lack access to adequate healthcare services, leading to preventable illnesses or unrelated medical conditions. The extreme rich may struggle with feelings of emptiness or dissatisfaction despite their material wealth, questioning the authenticity of their relationships and all their accomplishments. Similarly, the extreme poor may even wrestle with feelings of hopelessness or despair in the face of being outcasts. Both of these classes struggle from or rather are exposed to legal and social vulnerability. The extreme rich may face scrutiny of legal challenges and repercussions, or of some unethical behavior, or some financial misconduct, or some tax evasion issue, all leading to damage of their reputations. The poor too may encounter discrimination that limit their opportunities for social and economic advancement. As I share these stark similarities, some of you may be wondering, well, thank God we are just normal middle class people and these issues don't affect us. But the truth is, dear brothers and sisters, is are we doing anything about this? Because we are best suited to reach out to both these categories and do something that could make a difference in society. The question is, what are we doing? Dear friends, there are a ton of things we can do if we only commit ourselves. If we cannot become Saint Teresa of Kolkata, we certainly can become Saint Teresa of Avila. by turning to prayer, which on the surface looks the easier option. But I am referring here to deep and austere prayer life of the saints. Are you ready? Think about it and do something this Lent to change this world. God bless and have a blessed second half of Lent.